cover crops are a crop that we plant when the soil would otherwise be bare. Traditionally, we don't consider cover crops to be a cash crop that we would harvest. So in New England, in a system like sweet corn, for example, the soil could be bare from September all the way through May, which is a substantial portion of the year. So we use cover crops to help prevent erosion and to suppress weeds, as well as to help with nutrient cycle and the overall soil health. So for our organic farmers or our farmers that choose not to use herbicide, their alternative options are either tillage or cover crops, or what we're trying now, which is a new methodology, is using a roller crimper, which creates a natural mulch from high residue grass cover crops such as rye. A roller crimper is sort of like a big, jagged rolling pin that you attach to a tractor. And what happens is when rye is right around the flowering stage, you can roll this piece of equipment over your rye cover crop, and it will bend and break the stems at the base of the plant. What happens is a really thick mulch mat is left behind, and over time those rye residues will decompose in the field.
These are earthworm middens, so that's evidence of earthworms that are decomposing these crops, and that helps with our soil fertility. So when it's nice and wet in here too, and so it's also holding in soil moisture. And you can see here where it was cut through in the spring from the roller crimper.
So in New England, we really like crops like rye, wheat, and triticale, which is a hybrid of rye and wheat, because these are cereal grasses, so they make grains. We don't use them for grains in New England, but they will survive the winter months and will be there in the spring. The nice thing is that gives us spring weed suppression. The challenging thing is it can be hard to kill these crops. So some of our conventional farmers, like in our field corn on dairy farms, they'll use either herbicide or tillage to terminate the cover crop. However, many farmers are moving to no-till systems. You can either use herbicide, or now you can go to roller crimping. So one of the advantages of this roller crimping method is we can use something like rye to get both fall and spring weed suppression. Rye is a phenomenal crop. It's aggressive, it's vigorous, and it's really hard to compete with. But once you terminate that crop in the spring, we're left with this gap in our growing season, which is the summer, and that's when we have our cash crop in the field. And so the benefit of roller crimping is because it does create this mulch mat. We can use this roller crimped product to provide in-season weed control.